everyone, this is Gong Wen Lee coming to you from Fate of the Empress. And I wanted to talk to you tonight about something that's kind of near and dear to my heart because I used to teach and I still enjoy teaching and learning. And that is the mentorship and apprentice quests, I guess, because it's not really a program. But the quests in this game for mentorship and apprenticing and what it means and what is that, right? I had no clue when I first got in the game, and let me tell you, just the user interface for this game seems like a huge overwhelm sometimes. So I completely understand if you're as confused as I was at the beginning, but it's actually not that complicated and we can sort this out together. So let's take a look at the first place that you're going to find the mentorship quest, which is over here on this left side in your quest list. It's going to say, hey, you need to find a mentor, and you're going to click on it, and it's going to take you somewhere, and you're not going to understand where it is or how to get back. So I'm going to show you. So it takes you to this alumni tab here, and then summon, and then mentor hall. So this is where you can find mentors who are looking for apprentices and apprentices who are looking for mentors. If you make it to level 110 in the game, you can become a mentor. So here's the mentors list. Oh, there's people I know on the list. Hey, Wen. Got another Wen casing. And do I know anybody else? Nope, not right now, but that's okay. So Wen is a cool person. If you see Wen in your request list, go ahead and ask for her. She's cool. So mentors will enter, or apprentices will enter a message here, and you can custom write it and then hit this little speaker and request for a mentor. Now, this is the most rudimentary way to find a mentor and may not find a good fit for you. So please be aware that there are other ways to do this. One is, instead of hitting this little summon button and being at the mercy of random chance, you could actually click on one of their profile pics, hit add, wait and see if they friend you, and then actually have a small conversation. So hey, how are you? Do you answer questions? What time is tea? I'll get to tea in a minute. What time is tea? Because tea is a really important part of mentorship and apprenticeship. It gives you a lot of rewards. If you cannot make that tea time each week, that is not a good fit for you. If you're a mentor and you cannot have a very small conversation, at least to ask a question and have it answered, maybe that's not a good fit for you. I don't know. If you're a person who does not care, then please just hit this button and enjoy random chance. If you are looking for someone who is going to answer your questions and be slightly involved in your game life, then I would definitely recommend having a small chat with them and seeing if that works out for you. So if you're just casually playing the game and you have no clue if you're going to even be playing next week, sure, let random chance help you out. But if you know that you love the game, like I knew I loved this game, then you're going to want to find the right mentor for you. Okay, so there's also other apprentices who are looking for mentors, and that's all very cool. If you're a mentor, you need to know where to find this, and you can also enter special summons, and some of them get pretty funny if you ever pay attention to the summons tab. They can be, let's see if there's any funny ones right now. The one night, they're all straight forward. Sometimes it's like, I will feed you Taco Bell, or oh, here, see, Snow, I see you. So mentors sometimes make jokes in this. If you see those random ones, give them a skip. Anyway, that is where to find the Summon and Mentor Hall to find a mentor. I highly recommend using that and being a little more hands-on to your mentor choosing. Okay, so this is Apprentice chat and this is alumni chat. The difference between the two is pretty simple. Alumni chat is where you're the apprentice and you chat with your mentor. My mentor is right here, T-Bun. Hey, T-Bun. And T-Bun is awesome and very helpful and always does nice things for me and makes sure I get my tea, which, funnily enough, no tea is served, but we'll get to that later. And then apprentices is when someday you become a mentor. See, it says Gong Wen Li, and then I have my tea time right up there. And then here's one of my apprentices. Oh, Geralt, so adorable. And Zing. And so I have a couple other apprentices that I work with. And we have a lot of fun. We have tea and we do activities that help you along with your game. And it can be very fun and very quick, actually, if you have good communication with your mentor. Okay, so that's all about the alumni chat that I can think of for the moment. Let's move over. Oh, one more thing. This button here, mentorship members. These are all the members in your academy. So if you're looking for friends in your mentorship and people you can maybe ask more questions to, these people might be a good match for that. At least they kind of know where you come from. Okay, so to enter the actual mentorship menu, you go down to the lower right hand corner menu, then to the little old guy who looks like he's holding a book, and then you enter this very beautiful academy picture menu. Now here is me, the mentor. There's the tea time. If I press alumni, this takes me to my mentor's academy and her current undergraduate students, and this is mine. So that's what those two buttons are. If you feel confused, until you're an actual mentor, one of them might be locked. I can't remember. And as you upgrade your mentor abilities and skills, you get more slots. I started with just one, and I've had some really great apprentices, so I've been able to upgrade and get 2 slots, and now I have 3. So if you're looking for a mentor, hey! Alright, so there are a few things that you need to know in this menu very quickly. There's the general guidelines and information. I find those confusing. Don't worry about it. There's the archive, which has information about your mentor and your grand mentor, T1, and then your other mentor siblings. And this is my in-game hubby, and such a sweet guy, Shuang. And then there's also the elite scroll, and this is Zing and Geralt, and they've already graduated. So they're honoraries, and they stay in the academy as sort of like superstar older students, I guess. So a little bit of, you can even share this if you want down here in a chat. And then there's the leisure activities. And this is really important for both mentors and apprentices, both sides, because these activities give you so much loot and XP. You do not want to be missing your impart, your mentorship, and especially not your tea time. Tea time happens 1 time a week when you're an undergrad. Imparting happens 3 times a week when you're undergrad. And Rome happens once a week, no matter what. So once you graduate, you still get these activities once a week with your mentor. And if you become a mentor yourself, you would do them with your students. Now, let me show you the actual academy grounds and talk you through tea time just a little bit, because that's something that most people really struggle with the first time, or even the first 5 times, like me. So let's talk about that. So this is the academy grounds. They're really gorgeous. I love coming here and taking pics. So once you have a mentor, you can actually visit the academy by going through that mentorship menu like I showed you, and then clicking on tea time in the leisure menu. So just very pretty. I'm going to have to take family pics here. It'd be really cool. And if you want to access the academy menu while you're here at the academy, you just talk to me. Twins. And it enters into that same menu. So it's a nice interface, and you don't have to actually leave this academy to be able to get to the menu. Now there are 3 activities that happen during tea time. One is a chess game called Gomoku, and you sit down, a board pops up, another person sits there, you say you're ready, and then you put 5 in a row is your goal, without the other player blocking you. A lot of times your mentor may want to just skip through this, and that's fine. Sometimes you'll want to sit and have an actual game. But the object of the game is to get 5 of your tokens in a row in order to win. I did not know that until Schwang taught me, and that was like 6 weeks into the game. Alright, so this is the second activity that you could do at tea time. You don't have to do all of the activities, but all of the activities must be participated in by someone that is at tea. So this one, there's a little dance llama that you can do. It's the same dance llama you'll find at wedding banquets. And you have a great time looking gorgeous and dancing. So that one person does that, and another person comes over here and plays the guzheng, so, or guqin, depends on who you ask. Also called a zither. So one person plays and one person dances. So tea time must have 2 participants no matter what, otherwise it cannot start, but it can have as many as I can have up to 15 apprentices, so I can have that many people here. So there's plenty of Gomoku boards everywhere, and also the final activity, which is, again, nothing to do with tea. You have to throw an arrow into a pot in this game called Pitch Pot. So let's see if I can get it. Oh, hey, hole in one. So this was very hard. When I first started, I did not understand a single thing about this. You aim with your little arrow over here, your thumb, and then you let it go. So the trick to this, my students, and any other mentorship participants, tea time pals, is to find a spot on the screen where you can aim the final dot in your long line of white dots. So if you can find that sweet spot in the screen, you'll hit that shot at least 5 times, which is what's required to pass this activity. If you're brand new and you cannot hit that spot, do not worry, do not panic. Just keep practicing, take some deep breaths, get some zen, and keep going, because this is a big challenge. It was not easy for me to figure out that there is a sweet spot on the screen, that you aim that final dot, and as you can see, I wasn't trying too hard, but I did get 2 in and I missed 2. So you're gonna have that issue even if you practice a lot, because this is really like fussy. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave this because that's all I can think of. There's a chat menu in there too, so don't forget about that. And those are all the activities at tea. Tea is a set amount of time. I think it's 10 or 15 minutes. And during that entire time, you're accumulating XP. Every few seconds, you're going to accumulate XP. And then, at the very end of it, you're going to get rewards like dew and universal shards. All kinds of great rewards you need for upgrading your heroes. So, get your tea. Have your tea once a week, doctor's orders. The other thing that we do here is called Impart, and and your mentor will probably invite you. There'll be a little wiggly dude right here, and you click on that dude, accept the invite, and it will bring you here automatically. You and your mentor will sit here and exchange light like you're some kind of Jedi. It's really cool. And that just takes a few minutes. And then the last thing that you do with your mentor is something called roam. And if you have been in the game at all, you understand that there's palace roam. This is very, very similar, except for its mentorship roam. So it's in a special location, and it's only available with your mentor or with your apprentices. So you would open this, you would say quick team, and then select your it says I'm participating, but you would do this outside of the tea place. So, and then you would select your apprentices and get going. Or if you were the apprentice, you would wait very patiently for that little wiggly guy to show up and then hitch a ride. So, not terribly complicated, and you just, do the activity. It just takes a few minutes. And it gets you tons of loot. So, let me just say again, loot. Lots of loot. I don't know if you're like me and like any grinding that will get me loot, I'm absolutely in for. So I hope that this was helpful to you. And there's one more thing I wanted to tell you. If for some reason you are struggling with the mentor that you selected, maybe they've been offline for a very long time, or things just really aren't working out, you can actually, it's me, so I'm going to use my student. You can click on their profile and it'll come up with a menu, and you can request to quit. And if your mentor approves, then it's, you're both in agreement and it doesn't cost anything. Or you can actually spend 100 ingots and sever the mentor relationship. So that's another reason why to be a little bit cautious about what mentor you're picking or what apprentice you're picking, because it's not free if you don't both agree to quit. And that's something that can add up if you're changing mentors or apprentices often because you did not find a good fit. Just a little warning there. For mentors, these are some of the benefits that you can get for being a mentor. As your fame increases, you can get something called gratitude, and that means that every time your students run an errand, you get 10% of their loot. I mean, I like bonuses. It's nice. But mentoring is not an easy task, and it certainly takes some time and some patience. So if you're not up for that, then you can actually go to the settings tab in the menu here in preferences and say not allow players to have me as a mentor, and set it that way. So if you're looking for a way to avoid being a mentor, there it is. I hope this was helpful for everyone, and thank you so much for watching. Questions, comments, concerns, leave them in the comment section below. Like and subscribe, and have a great